If you've been imagining what a flare fire would look like at your place, well, you don't have to imagine anymore, and you don't even have to buy a flare fire to see it at your place. You can go to our website and you can actually click on View at Home, and you can see a flare dropped into position at your place in augmented reality. It's a little bit tricky, a little bit trippy even, but it's amazing. You can actually get a sense of the scale of the fireplace in your place, and you can drop it into different locations and see how it will look. Now the apps it's pretty cool. It's pretty new, so it's a little bit tricky to use, and I'm going to show you how to utilize this View at Home app on this video. Okay, so first off, head to flarefires.com. Let's do that, flare fires, and the dot's hidden somewhere, of course, .com. Search. Of course, you can just type flare fires directly into your browser. Bring us up. Click on the menu, head to resources, and then click on View at Home. Now here, what you're able to do is actually choose the model. And so we've got our 5 most popular models there. We've got some new models actually that aren't on this option just yet. But today I'm going to choose the Premier, which is our most common model. So I'm clicking on that, click View, and that takes you to the first view, which is actually like a 3D model of the product. So it's not an augmented reality at this point. Sometimes it takes a while to think. And there you can see I'm moving it around with my thumb. You can zoom in, zoom out, and you can actually turn the whole thing around and check it out as a 3D model. But if that's the fire you want, basically you just want to click View in your space. So click on that. Take your fingers away. Oh, I just dropped it directly in place by accident, so that dropped in place quite quick. You can move it around. My fingers keep getting in the way. Turn it around. You can see what I'm accidentally doing there is I'm increasing the percentage. So as I say, this thing's a bit tricky. And so there's a few things to watch out for. So there you go. Make sure it's at 100%, right? And then you can move it back with one finger, back towards, I'm moving it back towards the hedge. I'm going to line up directly with the hedge. I've got to move it, twist it around a little bit. And I'm going to move it back a bit. I'm going to just place it right beside that other fire. I've sent it back too far. There we go. Right there beside the hedge. You can see I've actually got it lined up beside a real model. So the one on the left is real. The one on the right is augmented reality. The one on the left is missing the fire bricks and stuff. We haven't sort of set that up properly. But there you go. It's right there in your space. You can get a feel of the scale. You can walk right up to it. This one's got polished surfaces. And you can't actually touch it obviously, but yeah, you get a feel for the fire, you get a feel for just how it's going to look and feel in your space. You can get a real sense of the scale of it and whether it's going to fit. And then if you go, hey, you know what, that's not the right place for it, you can just drag it and drop it somewhere else, move it around with your fingers. We've got a fence we're building over there at the moment for another display. Drop it back on the ground and see what you think about it over there. So I want to really encourage you to try this at home. The things I've found difficult with the app, because all of this technology has little difficulties to it, is it's easy to magnify it beyond 100% or to make it smaller than it really is, so that's something to watch out for. Working out when to pinch it and when just to move it with one finger is a bit of a trick. And apart from that, just being old is a bit of a problem, and I'm sure the younger people have no problems with the app at all. But it's worth trying, because from my experience when I've done this, what I've found actually is that it's surprising how big the fire feels. That's the thing I've experienced when I've dropped the fire in place and I've gone, shoot, that looks big. And then I've tested it myself. I've actually gone and measured it, put a tape measure on the ground just to check, and every time the dimensions are bang on, it actually is the right scale when you put it beside another fire. It's just that it's surprising how big it feels. And I think that's actually good, because when you are looking at getting a flare fire in your space, It's often hard to imagine just how big they really are in person. So yeah, go and check out that app, try it at home, and it's completely free. And today, tomorrow, any day of the week you want, you can put a flare fire at your place and get a sense of how it would feel for you and change the model. And yeah, just reach out to us if you have any questions or any problems. Thanks.